Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Final Fantasy Brave Exodus video. And before we begin, I just want to thank all my subscribers and all my members, YouTube members on my channel. The way I'm able to make all these silly, titles and everything that I make now is because I'm pretty content with my little niche that I have on my channel. Stuff like that. So I'm just, I can make silly titles like the one I made earlier, just, not having to really reach out to anybody, because you guys just know I make meme titles at this point for a lot of my videos. So the reason why I'm able to do that is because you guys watch them, and I really appreciate that. So just wanted to make a small little thing, because I don't really do that too often. Usually I just go about my thing, and I'm just, pumping out content for you guys. But just so you guys know, appreciate you. Anyways, we have the JP news here. I'm going to try to reserve my judgments for this collaboration at the end of the video. Not because I want you to, watch all the way to the end, just because I want to be unbiased as possible for this collaboration first. So, it's very obvious that it's Dragon Quest. Very obvious. Dragon Quest, but it's not really something I've come to know. It's like a manga or anime Dragon Quest being collabed, so at least it's something different in that regard. So with that being said, we do have 3 units here in this collaboration that's coming out on that date that it shows right there. You don't need to know Japanese to know that. 120. So we have, I don't know any of their names, so I'm trying to look them up on this sheet that I have here. Well, Pop. And we have Die. And I don't know what the other one is. Ma'am. Very interesting names, but yeah. So what's the most interesting thing is that this unit on the first one there, the first one there as a magic DPS would basically use Roy 2.0, basically Roy V2. And what's even more interesting about this collaboration is that the magic variance is supposed to come out during this patch. So if you've been wondering about the magic variance and you're wondering why I haven't made my usual big video, because there's how I am about mechanical changes in the game, and the reason why I haven't made anything because there is no information yet, but there will be very soon, and that I'm gonna make a big video about it. I really want to do a before and after, but there's no dark visions and there's nothing to go off by, because most units that I'll try to test with are probably gonna hit the cap anyways. So I can maybe ask around if you have any suggestions in the comment section down below. I really want to do before and after variance changes for Vivi in particular, or any of the other units, but considering Dark Visions is not in the game currently, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that, because most units are going to hit the cap. Anyways, so there's the manga. Yeah, I don't know anything about any of this, but there were some fans of this in my Discord, so I suppose that's fine. I don't know anything about this though, so that's why I had to look up the character names, because I don't know any of them. But this guy here, he does have a Brave Shift. Unfortunately, it's Trance Shift. And the other two, if you are shocked at all, raise your hand, because the other two are SLB. So, interesting. Very interesting. So, basically what it comes down to is their Team R and S Team Rs are okay. And they basically give flat attack or magic to themselves only. Pretty much, so I'm not really going to go too much into it. What's the most interesting is something they've never done before on the JP version. On the global version, they've done this. On the JP version, they are finally putting the EX1, at least for this banner. EX1 is the full LB fill. EX2 is 250 flat stats, and also EX3 is 500. So that's pretty decent. And as you probably would expect, their vision card is really only going to be useful for the last level, is the 500 flat stats, and since they're not premium, the level 7 is pretty useless. 25% low burst damage, whatever. You can pretty much just ignore that. So Yeah, that rod there is two-handed. Very nice. We're gonna be needing those because now with the variance change, pretty much all the rods that have high magic on them, including the dark vision one, are gonna be obsolete for any TDH users. Of course, True Dual Wield, they'll have their own variants probably. Hopefully it's at least somewhat balanced because there are a lot of True Dual Wield mages out there, including Dark Rain, and building TDH on Dark Rain would be a nightmare. I don't know how you would even do it. You'd have to sacrifice so many slots because he doesn't have any to begin with. You'd have to sacrifice an insane amount of slots to build him TDH. Especially on global, I think. Especially on global, because you can't even stack fourth STMR. So you'd have to use 2 slots for... You'd have to sacrifice 2 materia slots plus 1 more for the Lightning's STMR. Actually, you need 2 Lightning STMRs and 2 fourth STMRs. So that's just insane. I don't think it's worth it at that point. And the other 2 are just physical DPS. And what was interesting the most is the other unit has, not this one, but the other unit, not the magic one will probably be interesting because of magic variance, of course. That's what they're going for. But this guy has a really high modifier plus a gigantic modifier against demons, which is much higher than any other units currently in the game. The modifier is really ridiculously high, but he's True Shield Wield, which kind of invalidates pretty much everything. So I know you guys don't like it when I hate on True Shield Wield, but on the JP version, True Shield Wield really isn't that good. So you'd have to build him TDH. So I'm really hoping that maybe they were just teasing the True Shield Wield thing and that will give him TDH anyways, because True Shield Wield is just not very good. It just isn't, guys. It's just not good. Maybe on global it's fine, but on the JP version not so much. And it's a raid, a typical raid. Not really anything super special there, including the those items there are really just whatever. Nothing special there at all. In fact, like, so there's a sword with a 55. No, it's a close. Is it? I think it's close. It looks like close to me. 55 attack, 20 defense, 25% demon killer. I mean, come on. You can't say that's good. And MP refresh on the other one, who cares? And the middle one, 160 attack with wind element, which might be okay. And 10% physical dodge. That is like the only decent one I've seen so far. And the next one, Stone Killer, which you can get easily from friend points. Except this one is physical and magical, so it's okay. And then the next one is really mediocre of Demon Killer, physical, magical. Yes, Lunara's it's an STMR for Lunara, but she's one of the oldest 5-stars in the game, and I have a whole bunch of them. So whenever I see Demon Killer on a materia of any kind, it's just like whatever. I have Lunara. They made a huge mistake when they made Lunara's STMR back in the day. That's for sure. They really made a mistake on that, for sure. Some bosses to fight. It looks like a boss rush. Looks like they've been doing this lately nowadays. They'll try to do this, you know, to make it fair to pull for those units. I'm sure they'll be really strong in this boss fight. And pretty much anything else probably won't be as good, but I'll figure out a way. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be pulling for these units because I don't have anything to pull with. And you're only getting 25 shards for free in the system when you do these things. This doesn't seem like a very rewarding collaboration, but we'll see what happens when it comes down to being implemented in the game. We'll see. There are some shards for Dai. I think that's what his name was. There are some shards for him at least. There's 50 in there, so at least there's something. At least that's there. And how can you go from having a 10 pull per day, which they've been doing on and off lately, to having only a singular summon? You go from 10 to 1 on a collaboration banner. Just let that sink in for a minute there. They're reducing the free pulls on a collaboration banner. Now imagine if you get one of any of these characters, especially the SLB ones. You still gotta pull tremendously hard to get them to EX3, and I really am getting sick of EX3 SLB nonsense that you need them to be EX3 in order for them to function, because if you don't have them at EX3, then I'm not talking about the lock stats at EX3. I'm talking about the effectiveness of their damage at EX3. For example, the new Poppy Pone, I would have liked to have gotten her to EX3. Now her damage will be a lot lower because she's not EX3. I just don't like that. I hate it. There is a Vision World. Someone in Discord made a meme about Silver Surfer. So I don't really understand what this all means, but Vision World is coming, which is good. So there'll be raid and a Vision World, and then at the end there, all you need to really know is the magic variants. There are some other things that I'll talk about just because I know you guys like to hear about quality of life things, but just magic variants pretty much. The other things you don't really need to worry about, I guess. But magic variants is coming. I'll be making a video about it for sure, guys. This is what I'm looking forward to. This is what I've been waiting for. You guys know that I like mages more than anything else, so what I'm waiting for mages to finally be validated. Everybody hates mages except for, you know, a select few of us, like myself, that everybody likes to hate on them. Well, hopefully this will change that. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. Hope to see you in the next video. Hopefully you'll be buffs of if you're looking for buffs of the week for the CN version, it was Cacteria, and I just didn't really get around to it because I was so focused on the Calmia thing, and it didn't seem to. The Calmia thing was fake, by the way. If you're looking for any information with that, they misrepresented. How can they even mess that up? It would have been really exciting, but sadly it was not true. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching again. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.